Hello, welcome to the first spooky segment on the Not Your Mother's Realtor channel, where I read spooky real estate stories from Reddit. So I'm going to read this from the point of view of Mountain Goat 05. The story is from exactly 1 year ago. I helped a family buy a lovely house that was perfect for their large family, and it was an amazing price. So I was shocked that they wanted to move barely 2 years later, but I helped them get it sold. When I was listing it, I noticed something odd about how the rooms were configured. The upstairs had 4 bedrooms. Parents slept in the primary bedroom, 3 kids in one bedroom, and 3 kids in another bedroom. Wow, that is a big family. The 4th bedroom was empty except for a framed piece of Jesus art and a card table. Interesting, but I thought nothing of it. At closing, they realized they'd left Great Aunt Martha's pie server in their house, but had already locked all their keys in. I still had to retrieve my Supra and my sign, so I told them I'd be happy to grab it for them while I was there. I walked in the house, locking the doors behind me. I did a quick sweep of the house to ensure I was alone. The doors were all open except for the Jesus room. I noted that Jesus was still hanging in that room. Note to self, grab the artwork for them on the way out. I went back into the kitchen and discovered they'd actually forgotten 3 to 4 cabinets worth of stuff. So I started packing it all up. This is a really good realtor. A lot of realtors wouldn't do that. Suddenly, a smoke detector goes off as well as a door slams. I go upstairs to investigate and the Jesus door is shut, and that's the room where the detector is going off. I open the window to maybe get a breeze going and shut the door. Detector stops alarming. I go back to packing the kitchen. About 5 minutes later, the detector goes off again, and I hear another door slam. This time, the door is open. Curious. I had this happen a couple more times, and I packed up. Eventually, I left the house with their forgotten belongings and wondered if maybe I knew why they moved on so soon. I never got a satisfactory answer. They were deeply religious people who were not into ghostly stuff and would swear that ghosts didn't exist. But it sure sounds like they do. Okay, this next story is from Bala818. Okay, so it was my very first open house in Simi Valley, California, literally in the same city where they filmed the movie Poltergeist. That has nothing to do with the open house, I just thought it was cool to mention. So another agent decided to stop by and help me conduct the open house, kind of showing me the ropes and teaching me how to interact with potential clients and whatnot. Neither of us really felt comfortable inside the house, so we pulled up some chairs and sat on the front porch of the open house with the doors open. We chatted about everything: family, sports, music, religion, and real estate. On the second day of the open house, we both show up to set up shop, but as we were walking around the house, opening up all the windows and the curtains, we both got this awkward feeling and simply said, "Looks like we gotta hang out on the front porch again." We both laugh it off, but not more than 10 to 15 minutes later, we heard creaking sounds as if someone was walking up the stairs to the second floor of the house. We both look at each other and turn to look inside the house, wondering who was in there because we haven't seen anyone approach the house, nor did we have the back door unlocked. It was at that moment that we both saw someone's lower body walking upstairs. I say, "Did you see that?" He said, "Yeah, how did he get into the house?" Mind you, we were sitting on the front porch the entire time and not a single person had come up to the house. And we were in the position to see everyone that could have walked up. So we both decided to go upstairs and see if we had somehow missed someone walking into the house. We kept saying, "Hello, is anyone here?" We checked every room and every closet, but no one was there. We shrugged it off and went back outside. I would have never done that. I would have left immediately. Immediately left. The following week we went back. Neither of us wanted to hang out on the porch again, so we pull up some chairs and sit in the driveway. We left the doors open again, and maybe an hour or so, we saw what appeared to be legs walking up the stairs again. At this point, it was so vivid we just knew someone was in, so we ran inside and searched for whoever it was, but after looking around, not a single person was found. We eventually closed up and said, "Nope, not today," and left. See, that's what I would have done immediately. Till this day, it was the weirdest experience I've ever had, and I've never got an answer. Okay, and I think 3 is a really good number, so I'm gonna go ahead and do one more, because these are kind of quick. Okay, this one is from Kitten_Society2201. I had a potential listing appointment about a month and a half ago. When I approached the house, it was in really bad shape. I noticed there was a lot of cobwebs and some portions of the house that had been repaired with Gorilla Glue. I was greeted by a somewhat gruff, unpleasant male. He appeared to be displeased with the fact that I had one of my children with me. Big mistake in retrospect. Yeah, that's a big thing I will say. This is not part of the story. If you are ever uncomfortable, get out. There's no reason to stay and keep yourself in a position that makes you feel uncomfortable. Your intuition is always correct. If someone's making you uncomfortable, do not stay in that situation. Okay, anyway, I was immediately greeted with a very strong smell of cat urine and feces, along with another undistinguishable smell that was quite unsettling. I noticed that the taxes of the house were in a female's name with the same last name as the person that was currently selling it for sale, my owner. When I asked if this person was available to sign paperwork, he replied with the comment that it was his mother and that she was 6 feet under, so that it would be difficult for her to sign anything. I kept a good distance between myself and the client. I bent down to see an odd-looking basement that was in the process of some sort of work. Although when I first got there, he stated that they were not looking for a realtor, I was invited to go down into the basement without the client. I said it was okay and that I could see it from where I was at. I noticed there was a key sticking out of the door, but I didn't mention it. But he explained that it was there for his mother who had dementia before she passed. Needless to say, I had a very creepy feeling about this person and situation. I learned to never bring a child with me, under almost any circumstance, unless I knew the person incredibly well. I only stayed a few minutes. Thankfully, I left and there is nothing more to tell. I'm very glad that person did not sound like they had good intentions. And with that, I think I'm going to wrap that up. This was a nice short video, I hope. Rambled a lot less than the other one. But anyway, I really enjoy spooky stories. I'm a very ghostly person. I've had some very ghostly experiences myself, and maybe I will share those someday. Thanks for watching. Y'all be good.